Hey, Brock. I'm waiting for a couple more people to hop on. There's Alex. He came in second. Alex, maybe somebody on here be able to help you find that jack. Brock, are all the lows around you sold out of the 18-foot jack? All right, we'll start in just a minute. Maybe if I had a spare one. I was telling Alex, only 3 around me got it, and it wasn't even in the city. And in the city, there's 10 lows, I think. There's a lot. And the 3 that got it were on the outer, they weren't technically in the city limits. And so there was a total of 6, which that's really limited. All right, I'll start in just a minute. Let me take care of this. Yeah, you can find one on eBay for about, I think I've seen 4 something. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, 325, the lowest counter offer. Yeah, was that free shipping or plus shipping? I say if you can find one for 300 shipped, that's about as good as you're gonna get. All right, so like last night, I did the Stitch limited edition Stitch. Well, this is actually this is the main one I wanted, the limited edition Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Cricket is my favorite Disney character. I don't even really know why. He just, since a kid, he's always been my favorite. I always liked his voice. If you've been to Disney World, he used to narrate a lot of the fireworks shows and stuff. His voice did, but he doesn't anymore. But yeah, so he's just kind of always been my favorite. So this did not match up last night, but of course these are limited edition of 1,000. This says 678 of 1,000, but that did not match up with Stitch last night. So I've seen a video of this guy. I don't think he looks near as good as Stitch, and technically Jiminy Cricket is probably about 1 inch big, and now he's going to be 5 feet big, so that's an issue there too. I kind of wish he was smaller, like 3 feet or something, but it is what it is. So I'm going to get it open, kind of do like I did yesterday, just a complete unboxing as if I was doing a normal video. Again, this came from Seasons Inflatables. I think Target sells these or has them on their website or something, but they've always been out of stock. I've only seen Seasons have them in stock. All right. I do really like the box art on these. I think that's really nice. So you can see right there, Disney Jiminy Cricket. And it says 1 6-foot air-blown inflatable. So he's 6 feet. Which is one big cricket. All right, so let's take a walk around the box. So there's the artwork there, which I like. So Stitch's box was gold and purplish blue. He's gold and greenish all around. So only 1,000 made, which we talked about last night, is a lot, because I don't think they make 1,000 of most inflatables. So they're probably making more of these than they normally would. Here's what he's gonna look like. He's got his iconic umbrella. Yeah, I mean, he looks like Jiminy Cricket. Here on the back it says Jiminy Cricket has been delighting audiences since 1940. Now, for the first time, he is a limited edition inflatable. I do not believe there's been a Jiminy Cricket inflatable. I could be wrong, but I don't think there has. If you're not familiar with him, he is a character that first originated in Pinocchio. He's basically Pinocchio's conscience. Tries to convince him to do what's right instead of what's wrong. And of course, this is a 2021 inflatable. And then there's kind of like the blueprint artwork for it. So yeah, they did a nice job on the boxes. I'll give them that. So we'll get this guy opened. All right, so first thing you see is your basic cheap fan equipment that comes with it. There's that, which you're going to need if you're going to inflate him. It's just got that little piece in there. These worthless things, I don't even know why they put these in here. And then my biggest pet peeve of these limited edition inflatables. William, yes, they are still available. I don't think any of them is sold out because there's 1,000 of them, and that's a lot. And the Oswald version, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, I'll be shocked if that one isn't discounted at some point. But here's my biggest pet peeve. So if you've ever collected anything, you know that collectors are pretty particular about their boxes and things being nice and crisp. Well, they shove the certificate of authenticity just inside the box. They get all wrinkled and all smushed. They don't. This didn't have to be done because the box is big enough that they could have just slid it down on the side and it would have been just fine. So this one is number 759 out of 1,000. Again, on the certificate, you can see the 3 characters that you can choose from. And that does not match the box he ships in, which is, that's weird. This says 678 of 1,000. I'm guessing they just don't actually, they just put these in boxes and they just numbered that there were 1,000 boxes and they shipped them out to the retailers. That's probably why that doesn't match up. But yeah, so you get this wrinkled certificate of authenticity. And then, of course, you have the inflatable itself. Comes in a normal bag. So inside here, you've got, there's bean bags at the bottom, a bag of beans. Probably not Lucky Beans either. There's, I feel there's 3 different bags of those beans. As far as what fan it has a large cheap fan. which is, it's bigger than the Stitch one. The Stitch has a medium one. This has a large one. So the next thing we're going to do is get him inflated, which if you're not familiar with these, it's pretty simple to do. Just plug that in there, which mine does not want to go in there very well. That's weird. There you go. Plug it in like that, and then you tighten it with this thing right here. All right, let's get this inflated. We'll take a good look at him. Turn this so you guys can see it. Excuse the messy garage. Yes, I know it's super messy. It's because I have inflatable stuff everywhere. I really need to clean it. Which I probably will once everything's up in my display. And I do have a kind of a big gripe about this. I'll talk about that in a minute. I'm gonna move him back some so you can see it better. All right, so let's get a little closer. I'm gonna turn this around really quick. Okay, so here he is. He has a light blue cap with just like a little yellow, I don't know what you call that, border or something. Then you have his face, which looks decent, but there's an issue with the face I'll talk about in just a minute. He's got his collar, which is actually some type of white cloth. He's got his hand. It looks like he's a waiter, like he needs like a tray of pizza or something. And then he has his umbrella, because, you know, a good English chap needs to have his umbrella with him just in case. He's got his shoes, and he's got his buttons. As far as how many lights he has, he's got 1, 2 lights, so 2 LED lights. But yeah, he's a pretty simple design. So the issue I have is this right here. It literally looks like he's wearing a mask. Like a mask to kind of keep away the germs. 'Cause you know how sometimes people will wear like masks that make them look like their favorite character, like Chewbacca or something crazy like that. That's what that reminds me of. Like he's just got this mask on, which I feel like they did a much better job with the Stitch characters, you know, 3D type features than they did on this one. So yeah, that's my biggest gripe. Other than that, he's not too bad. Let me check the chat box real quick. Oh, nothing new. All right, so I'm going to take a look at him in the dark. So there he is in the dark. You know, he looks pretty good. You can see his middle body pretty well. You cannot see his umbrella or his hands too well. You really can only just see down this area. The shoes you can kind of see a little bit as well. But anything on the outside on his left or right, you can't see too well. But yeah, he lights up pretty good. So did Stitch. Stitch lighted up pretty well as well. Brock wants to know, am I planning to display these? Honestly, I think I'm just going to keep them. I haven't totally decided. They're holiday neutral, so you could use them for pretty much anything. If somebody had a Disney party or something, they'd be perfect. Or if you have a Disney section of a display, they would look good there as well. But I don't, as of right now, I don't plan on displaying it. It's a cheap fan. It's only gonna be, if I use it in a display, it's gonna last a year, two at the most probably. So as of right now, the answer is no. I'm just gonna keep them. Um, William's asking, do you have any ideas? Like, do you wrap any of the cords to keep them safe from the weather? I don't. I don't know if anybody else in the chat can answer that. I don't. I get a lot of new inflatables each year. Like, I'll swap things out. Um, but most of my inflatables hold up really well, except for cheap fan inflatables. Like, I had the Home Depot Yoda last year. That didn't last the whole season. That was a cheap fan. And I had I think a Anna 3-foot cheap fan inflatable that didn't last. So I just use outdoor cords. Don't use indoor cords. If you use outdoor cords, it should last you, pretty well. Sometimes I'll have an extension cord shorten out, but it's usually after I've used it for quite a while. So I'll do a quick. Oh, I got another question. How many Halloween inflatables do I have? You know what? It's not as many as you would think. I have probably 40, maybe 30 to 40, 40 possibly, somewhere around there. I don't have a huge yard. I have a nice sized yard. It's a corner lot, so I have decent space. I'll put anywhere from 20 to 30 inflatables up, and I'll rotate them each year. Put in new ones usually. I like, because most of the kids remember my house, so they'll always come by and look to see what's new. So I like to rotate things in and out. My big fan ones don't usually break. I've had in the past some of them break, but I've learned that you can usually, they're just seized. You can usually open them up, take a flathead screwdriver and push the fan around until it gets unseized. That's usually what fixes it. So usually the base fan inflatables will last a long time. That's why so many YouTubers who make videos and stuff always talk about how much they hate the cheap fans and prefer the base fans, because base fans tend to last much longer. As far as a Rob rating on this one, value wise, I can't remember what I gave Stitch. It's pretty much the same all around. I would say it's it's either a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10. I'll go 7 out of 10 just because I like that Jimmy at least came out with these limited edition ones. They're not perfect by any means, but I'm still glad they did it. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Design for Jiminy Cricket, it's basic Jiminy Cricket design. It's nothing fancy. I would do probably, it looks good other than the face part that I don't like. I'd say 7 out of 10. I could easily say 6 out of 10, but I'll do 7 out of 10. And wow factor, he doesn't have a very high wow factor. I'd say 6 out of 10. So 20 out of 30, which is, it's on the lower end, really. I would buy this one just because I like Jiminy Cricket, but normally I would pass on something like this. I only got it because it was supposedly limited edition. There's one of these on eBay for 120. No, I would not buy it because you can still get these on Seasons. Go to seasonsinflatables.com. They still have this one. They still have Stitch, and they still have the rabbit. And I just forgot his name. Oswald, the lucky rabbit. So yeah, if you want them, they're still there. I do not think they're gonna sell out. To the average consumer, 1,000 might not seem like a lot, but if you think about when Home Depot gets their online exclusives, say Polar Express, for example, I would bet you they did not make 1,000 Polar Expresses. Yeah, William, if you're into Stitch, go for it. The Stitch looks really good. Stitch looks better than Jiminy, in my opinion. Like, if I was character neutral and didn't care which character, Stitch is the best one by far. He looks really good. He's worth it, in my opinion. He looks like Stitch. The only thing he doesn't have is the stripes on the back. He's got everything else, though. All right. As a bonus for everybody who tuned in tonight, I will show you what I think so far is inflatable of the year, and I have a review coming out for it tomorrow. But I'll show you what I think is the best inflatable so far of 2021. And it's just my opinion, but I think most of you will probably agree once you see it. So let me get this one turned off, and then I will turn that one back on. Boss, here's what I'm going to say. Hang on tight on your question you just asked. Wait about 2 minutes, and I'm going to answer that for you. The screen's going to go black, but I'm still here. All right. Inflatable of the year so far. Okay, this one is awesome. And ignore him leaning. He doesn't lean. I just have something on the ground that's causing him to look that way. This one is fantastic. It has a sound box on the side where you can turn it up or down. He's turned all the way up right now. He has a YEF 80. As you can see, when I had the lights off, he lights up really, really well. His animation is perfect. So yeah, this is a must get. And we'll put him to bed because he's loud. Turn that around. Give me just a second. Yeah, he is 100% a must get. Like I said, he's $109. I would get him as soon as you can. We just don't get that many soundbox inflatables very often. plus a Soundbox inflatable that's animated on top of that. William, when I checked tonight, he was available online for store pickup, so you might want to check. He wasn't yesterday, but he is today. So someone up at the top, I think Boss, asked if you should get that one. 100% you should get that one. You'll see my video tomorrow, and I have a Rob rating on him and reasons for the rating he gets, but he's definitely worth it. Let's see what Brock is saying. Yeah, when I went today, I went this morning, and they had all their stuff out. Like, they weren't in brown boxes or anything. Everything was out. I was surprised because they're a little slow around here when it comes to putting stuff out. But this is what comes in the box of the snowman, just your basic stuff. But they had everything out. So I got that one. I'll show you the other one I got that I have not done a review on yet, but I need to. Then I also got this one as well. So looking forward to seeing this one. This one is $129. I think this is a really cool design. So I'm looking forward to doing a review on this one and seeing how it measures up. You can see it says Merry Christmas on the front of it, which is cool. So yeah, pretty cool. Those are the only two I want at Lowe's this year. I don't want anything else there. Maybe the Black Friday Rudolph. Maybe. I know some people want that one, but I have Rudolph, so I don't really like to duplicate characters, but it's pretty cheap at 69 bucks. All right, guys, that's really it for tonight. Just a basic unboxing. I got my 6 foot. Oh, but I lost that. Grinch with a tree a few days ago. Oh yeah. Yep. I tell you what, I think the worst inflatable of 2021 is, and it is sold at Lowe's, is that Grinch fireplace. That Grinch fireplace is horrible. $200, and the animation, I don't know how that left the factory where they approve that stuff. Like, the animation in it is horrible. William, that's the only Black Friday one I can think of off the top of my head, is the Rudolph with the pole, the North Pole pole. Sounds silly. Haha, what's worse, that Grinch chimney or Air Durables? Well, I will tell you what I think, the chimney, because the chimney is $200 and Air Durables are like 10 bucks. There's a big difference. $200 for a pile of crap, or $9.99 for a pile of crap. So I would take the Air Durable all day long. I think the Air Durables is a fine idea. I actually think it's a good idea. I just think it's too loud to do what it needs to do. Like, if you're gonna put that inside somewhere, it's noisy. If it feels quiet, it'd be just fine. Yeah, a lot of Grinch fans are gonna be disappointed. I don't know how you can look at that and say, "Oh, that's an awesome inflatable." I love how he barely moves an inch back up into the chimney, and the present underneath him just completely shrinks. So, I mean, it was a cool concept that's been done before and done better. That one's really unfortunate. So, but yeah, so this is the second live unboxing I've done. They've worked pretty well. I try to do a little extra bonus stuff. Like last night I showed Winnie the Pooh and Friends. Tonight I showed the snowman plus the preview of the Mickey and Minnie car. Let's see what other comments we have before I sign off. This year, all my stores have been pretty fast. Yeah. Everything's been quicker this year. I was talking to the lady at Lowe's this morning, and even she couldn't believe the Christmas stuff was up already. Everything sold out so fast last year that I think they just put it out quick. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people would like to see a couple classics redone. I don't know. I could be wrong. I feel like Jimmy pays more attention than we think they do to the collectors and to the YouTubers and stuff like that. I could be wrong, but I think they do. It'd be nice if they would make like just some small limited run inflatables just for collectors. I'm not talking about this. It's too many. 1,000 is too many. Something like that. And then, but at the same time, you got, if they only made 100, then you know people would snag them up and try to sell them on eBay. So I don't know. Hermie for sure. Yes. We have talked about that a lot, Brock. Hermie for sure. Hermie is the first one they need to make, and then the second one they need a new Sam the Snowman. And then other than that, that's really all they need for the Rudolph lineup. I'd like to see a better Yukon, but he's not horrible. He just got that cheap fan, which makes me nervous on how long he'll actually last. So when's everybody putting their display up? Mine's going up next week. I know some of the big display people like Josh have already started putting theirs up. I'll start next week though. I gotta like figure out like, okay, what do I have? What needs to be put up? Things like that. Some stuff still hasn't come in. Like BJ's Wholesale has not gotten their stuff in. The Monster Outhouse, which I was interested in, has not come to the right places. A lot of people saying next weekend, tomorrow. Yep, next weekend for me. Hopefully the weather's nice. I put my display up on October 2nd. I'm still getting more for my display. Yep. There's a lot out there this year. Like, it seems like there is 10 times as much out this year than there has been in the past. I really think it's because everybody was stuck at home last year and they just decorated like crazy, and it just, you know, caused a big demand for decoration type stuff. Do you plan to get any more Halloween ones? Only 2, 3. Well, I have a Haunted Mansion coming either tomorrow or Monday. And then the Headless Horseman. That was supposed to be here today and it didn't arrive. And then I wanted, like I said, there's a tree at BJ's I wanted, and the Monster Outhouse. That's it. And then I'm done. And I think pretty much I'm almost done for Christmas too. I got the Polar Express on the way. And the Grinch Beating Heart. And that's about it. Did they make a owl by any chance? Not a owl by itself that I have seen. But there's owls in trees this year. Lowe's has a tree with owls in it. I think it has 3 owls. Actually, I'm looking right at it. It has 2 owls. It's right here. It has 2 owls. The SpongeBob Pineapple House. Yes, I do want that one. I keep forgetting. Quit reminding me of stuff that I want. I'm done. I need to be done. But yeah, I do like that SpongeBob Pineapple House. And I have nothing SpongeBob in any of my displays, so I wouldn't mind adding that one. So, all right, guys, I'm going to shut this down because it is hot in this garage. Look for the swaying saxophone snowman to drop tomorrow around noon Eastern Standard Time. That video is pretty much done. It just is scheduled to launch tomorrow at noon. Those of you on got a sneak peek of what it looks like. It's definitely one you need to pick up. And then I have this week, you'll probably see Haunted Mansion, Polar Express, Grinch with the Blinking Heart, possibly. I want to get all these reviews done before I put my display up, so it might be one every other day. And then once my display is up, I should be pretty much caught up with reviews and stuff until I do a big one for the display. Which the display, once my display is up, I'm looking forward to making that video because I'm going to use a lot of drone footage and stuff, so that's going to be a pretty cool video. William, no problem. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, I've never done live unboxings until last night, and it actually worked really, really well. I thought the connection would be really bad, but I have a new mesh Wi-Fi setup, and it actually works really well. So I watched the playback on the live Stitch one I did last night, and it looked just as good as if I had filmed a regular video. So, no problem, Brock. Thanks for all your tips and conversations and stuff. Always good talking to you. All right, I'm gonna sign off, guys. Like I said, I'll catch you tomorrow on the Sway-In Snowman saxophone review. All right, take care. All right, guys. Talk to you later.